You can see this is all completely crushed. I have a Honda Accord here. This one has some good rocker panel damage. You can see this is all completely crushed. Then it also has damage going all the way across. So it's going to get a new rocker panel section, which is what I have right here. This is how it comes from Honda. And I'm going to section all three of these joints. However, first I'm going to put a couple clamps on this car, clamp it to the bench, and I'm going to make some pulls and pull all this damage out first, because as you can see, the rocker panel comes a little short of the damage, of this part of the damage. So I'm going to pull all this out, work it roughly back into shape, then I will go ahead and get this cut off and start fitting my new one up, and I'll have to do a little bit of repair work here. So I went ahead and I made a couple rough measurements, and it looks like the new panel goes in roughly right here. So there's going to be a little bit of repair work right here, but I'm going to have my welded seam anyway, so it's not really going to make much of a difference. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get this out of the clamps, and I'm going to go ahead and start cutting this rocker panel off. Now, I have this rocker panel sitting on here, and it's overlapping the last couple inches because I cut the old rocker panel off short, so it's a little bit of overlap. Now, to get a perfect cut, I'm gonna scribe this on all 3 seams. Then I will lift this rocker back off, and I'll cut right at that line and trim that last little bit out, and I'll have a perfect seam. So I got this one just about all trimmed out, ready to start fitting up the new rocker panel, get a final fitment on it. So I got this rocker panel all fit up, got the doors fitting, everything looks good, all my gaps and lines look good. So I'm gonna go ahead and lift the doors back off, and I'll have to lift this rocker back off because there's some sealer I have to put back behind there. And then I will get this rocker panel all welded on. So I have this rocker panel, all my seams all blocked out, almost ready to go to our paint department. But first, this gets a chip guard across the bottom of the rocker, which is just like a thick texture, and it helps prevent rocks from coming up and chipping it. So I'm gonna scuff up the bottom of this all the way across, and then I'll tape it. I'll do a soft edge right across here, and then I'll go ahead and apply that chip guard, and I'll let it dry overnight. Before I spray this chip guard, this rocker panel has these plugs that go all the way across these holes, and the chip guard sprays over top of these plugs. However, first I'm going to spray cavity wax up in this rocker panel, hose it really good, which will help prevent rust. It seeps in the seams. Then I will put the plugs in and spray my chip guard. That shit came out and sprayed me right in the face.